What's good with y'all, man? So I just got done working for today, and it's currently 6:35 p.m. on a Friday. Now I just had my last call about 20 minutes ago, and I had this thought while I was talking to that individual that I wanted to share with you guys, but I cut it short for today because I have a family function to get to in about an hour or so. But I still want to get on here and just speak my mind and really give you guys the value that you guys need, because I feel like there's a lot of people that struggle with this. And even then, I struggled with this for a long time, and I still struggle with it to this day, you know. And I just want to touch on the topic of really cleaning your environment, really removing all toxicity from your life, and just locking in on yourself and on your goals, right? Because who more than yourself wants this? You know, you really want it bad for yourself. You really want to attack your goals head on. You really want to be laser focused on exactly what you have to do. And to do that, you need to have a clear mental health. You need to have a clear physical health. You need to be clear on every single aspect of your life for you to really be focused entirely on your goals. You cannot have any distractions, because once you have one distraction, that throws off your whole frequency. Okay? Now, I'm going to this family function because I haven't seen my family and I haven't hung out with my family in a minute. It's actually been a while since I'm always working. I'm always helping all my clients. I'm always helping, and just grinding, man. So it's just really like I haven't really gave my family enough time. And this week I actually had a pretty good week for myself. I just want to thank God Almighty just for giving me and blessing me with the opportunity to not only provide as much value to the people, but He's able to change my life. He was able to change my life completely. Um, and like I said, man, it's a blessing to be able to help out as many people as possible, and it's a blessing to be able to change my own life in the process of it too, because seeing the story of so many people and talking to so many people on a day-to-day basis is crazy, because you get the story of everyone. You get a different story from everybody, and everybody goes through the certain struggles. Everybody has different problems, right? But I feel like out of all the people that I've talked to, there's always one similarity. And it comes to toxicity, it comes to friends, it comes to your environment, it comes to your circle. I feel like everybody, and there's a lot of people, especially my age, 20 years old, teenagers can relate to this. People that are in their 20s can relate to this. People that are in their 30s. My mom could even relate to this if she watched this video. But I feel like your environment is very important. Your circle is very important. The people you surround yourself with is very important, because all of these things control your frequency. All of these things control the energy inside of you. And if you want to be a high achiever, if you want to achieve a life that's not regular, a life that's unorthodox, if you want to be that one percenter, you have to understand that some of the people in your environment, some of the people in your circle, they're not going to support you. They're not going to be there in this process with you, because they don't understand what it's like to actually be different. And the reason why you're watching this video is because you're different. Because you actually want to learn a piece of information from somebody who wants to be a one percenter. Because I'm not going to tell you guys that I'm a one percenter right now, because I'm not. Right? I'm not a freaking multi-billionaire. I'm not, not yet at least. But I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm a one percenter, because I'm not. Right? But I'm on the path to being a one percenter. And the things that I've learned on this journey, and the hardest truth for me to actually realize and for me to actually put my hands and grasp on it, is that your circle and the environment that you're in is the most important thing, man. The most important thing. Because you cannot live a double life when it comes to this. You cannot be someone on the outside and then you cannot be someone different on the outside and then be someone different on the inside. You have to be authentically yourself on the outside and behind closed doors. Because those are your values. And not only that, people are going to see if you're fake. People can catch on to that energy. If you are a fraud, if you are fake, if you are somebody who lives a double life, people are going to catch on to that, because people could catch on to honesty, right? And personally for me, I could tell when somebody's lying. I can tell when somebody's not being truthful. So me just knowing that I'm somebody, different outside and then somebody different on the inside perspective, to me, that doesn't mean anything. You know, it means like that I'm just not authentic. It means that I'm not who I say I am, right? And when it comes to being a follower of Christ, when it comes to being a follower of God, you have to be authentic. You have to be truthful. You cannot be dishonest with yourself. You have to be honest with everybody. You have to refrain from lying, because the things that come out of your mouth are very powerful. The things that you hear are very powerful. So if you are a dishonest person, you're only selling yourself short, but you're giving a false expectation to those around you, right? Now, when it comes to your environment, there could be people that represent that, right? There could be people that represent that dishonesty, that fakeness, that they're not authentic, right? And you don't want those type of people in your circle. You want authentic people in your circle, people that are linear to what your goals are like, people that are going to support you no matter what you're going through, people that are going to be there for you when you're at your lowest, people that are going to be there for you and celebrate you when you're at your highest. But the most important part is to be there for you when you're at your lowest, because that's when you're the most vulnerable. That's when you don't understand what's going on with your life and you're thinking about all of the negative that's going on in your life because you're going through a down point right now. And the people that are going to be there for you at your lowest, those are the real people. Those are the real ones that you need to keep in your life. Okay? Those are the real ones that are going to stay in your life forever, no matter if you make it or if you don't make it. Because they're there for you at your lowest, at your highest, at your midpoint. They're there for you throughout every single checkpoint. And those are the people you need to keep in your circle. Right? And there could be some people, even in your circle, that are going to take you off your path. And those are the people that you have to remove. Because once you start getting distracted, once you start getting distracted from the goal that you have in mind, once you start getting distracted from the path that you're on, that's when you know for a fact that you cannot make it, because you have so many other things to worry about. You have so many distractions that you can't focus at the goal that you need to pursue, right? You can't focus on the daily habits and the man you need to be able to reach that goal that you have for yourself, because you're too focused on the toxicity that's going around your life. So the first thing you got to do, if you really want to become successful and you really want to reach that goal you have for yourself, is you need to remove all toxic people from your circle. You need to clear your entire environment. And as crazy as it sounds, because it's hard for me too, man, I have friends. I love my friends. And the hardest truth that I had to understand was that not everyone that I can call my friend, not everybody that I call my friend is actually my friend. Not everyone that I call my friend is actually going to be there for me in every single point, right? Because you have to understand, if you're watching this video also, there's a lot of people out there that are not cut like us, right? There's a lot of people out there that are not high achievers. There's a lot of people out there that want to settle for less. There's a lot of people out there that want to be comfortable, right? And they don't understand what me and you go through. They don't understand the type of circumstances, the type of problems that me and you go through, because we want to be somebody bigger. We want to be that unorthodox human being that achieves something that looks so out of reach for the regular person, but we're able to achieve it because we have the mental stability, because we have the certainty that we can make it happen. And once we have people in our circle that don't believe in us, once we have people in our circle that don't support what we got going on, that's when you have to understand that those people don't deserve to be around you. Because all they're going to do is mess up your frequency, mess up your energy, and mess up the way you attack these goals. And the only way to make sure that you don't mess up your frequency is by removing them from your life, no matter how much it hurts, man. You guys don't understand the amount of friends that I had to let go, the amount of people that I had to leave behind because I wanted to chase my goals, because I wanted to chase this dream that I have. And because I'm so all in, I want to make sure and solidify that I make it, that I will do whatever it takes to get there, no matter if I have to leave people behind, because I'm leveling up, right? And it could sound selfish for you guys. I really don't care if you think it sounds selfish, but you have to understand, if you want something for your life, you only have one shot to make it happen. You only have one shot to make it happen. You only have one opportunity in this life to really exceed all expectations and to make whatever you want to do happen. So I'd be damned if I let anything come in my way of doing that, especially somebody that I can easily remove from my life. Because as much as it hurts, yeah, we don't want to let go of our friends. We don't want to let go of people that we love so much. But we have to understand that the only opportunity we have in this life is only given to us once. Once. And if we throw that one opportunity away because we want to please somebody else, then our goal wasn't important enough. Our success wasn't important enough. If you can't remove the people that distract you, if you can't remove the people in your past that didn't take you to where you want to be, your goals aren't important enough. Because the things that I had to go through, the people that I had to let go, it hurts me to this day because I sometimes think about them and I sometimes sit down and I consider and I'm like, damn, what could have happened? What would have happened if I would have stayed talking to this person? What would have happened if me and this person still would have been talking to this day and we were still locked in as we were before? What would have happened? Maybe I wouldn't have gotten to my goals. Or maybe I'd be in the same positions that I was when I was 18 years old, smoking weed every single day, hanging around drug dealers, and doing stupid things, crashing into cars, almost killing people, right? So, in all honesty, man, I just want to say that God is going to lead you through the plan that is for you. And if you have to remove people in your life, He's going to let you know exactly when to remove them. He's going to show you the signs. He's going to show you the people that you need to remove because they don't align with His morals, they don't align with His values, and they don't align with your morals and your standard for yourself. Because when it comes to friends, when it comes to relationships, you need to have a high standard. Why are you lowering your standard? Nowadays, us men and even women, our standards are all the way down here. All the way down here. Because we got women with the OnlyFans. We got women selling their body on social media. We got men getting worse and worse every single day with the addictions, with the vices, with the bad habits. And women are settling for less. And then men are settling for less. Instead of settling for a woman that's high value, that believes in Christ, that has a relationship with God, that believes in marriage, that wants to have a beautiful family, that has big aspirations for herself in the future. Us men are settling for the OnlyFans models. We're settling for the women nowadays that are trending because we're so in love with just appearance, right? Instead of being in love with the heart, we fall in love with the appearance. And that to me shows a lot about how men think nowadays. Because instead of finding a good woman, they settle for the ones that are easy to get. They settle for the ones that are easy to just crack. As crazy as it sounds. Because all men want to do nowadays is just put their little wee-wee in something and call it a day. They want to put their little wee-wee in something, go to the next girl, do it again, then go to the next girl and do it again. And that's the harsh truth about this, man. And it's so incredible that people and that we're settling for less every single day, man. Because, you know, a lot of us have a lot of goals and aspirations for our life. And the thing that's holding us back are the people in our circle. The people in our circle, the people that we see, the environment that we surround ourselves with. That's what's holding us back. Right? And I just want to say, man, I want to give my personal story. Right? I used to be addicted to drugs. I used to be addicted to smoking weed every single day. I was addicted to drinking. I was addicted to going out and doing all of these things with all of these friends that I used to have, right? And mind you, it's a little bit hot in my car, so if you see me sweating, is because it's so hot in my car, man. So I apologize for that. But back to what I was saying, man. I used to hang out with these friends all the time, man. And I never thought that it would ever come to the day where I would stop talking to them. But it came to a point where I wanted to quit that life. I wanted to actually chase something. I wanted to chase my dreams. I wanted to actually pursue something for once. And those were the people that were holding me back. And let me tell you guys something. If you are trying to drop your distractions and you are trying to kill your vices and your friends are calling you a bitch because you're not drinking, because you're not smoking, because you're not falling into these bad habits anymore. Those aren't your real friends. Those are not the people you want to be around. If your friends don't support every single move that you make, those are not your real friends. That is not the right environment to surround yourself with. That is not the circle you want to be in. Because winning is something means something different to every single person. And if whatever winning means for you, your friends have to understand it. Whatever winning means to you, your friends have to understand and they got to support your every single move. Because if they're not supporting you, if they're not putting a good word for you, if they're not motivating you, if they're not keeping you structured and disciplined on whatever you want to focus on, those are not your real friends. If they're making you drink, if they're making you smoke, if they're making you go out with them when you don't want to go out with them, if they're making you fall into bad habits again, those are not your real friends. Those are not the people you want to surround yourself with. Because they're only dropping you down. They're only taking you more down than what you already were because you're trying to change. You made a commitment to yourself that you want to change. You committed yourself this year to change. And you don't want to drop your friends because you think that you're a bitch. Because they're making you seem like a bitch for not wanting to change. And I never like cursing, man, but that's just the word that I can use for it. Right? That's the word that I can use to describe how my friends thought of me at the time when I wanted to drop my bad vices. When I wanted to drop all of my bad habits, when I wanted to drop all of my bad habits, all my friends thought of me was a bitch. This guy's a bitch. This guy doesn't want to go out with us no more. This guy doesn't care about us anymore. This guy wants to change now. They said, bro, you changed, bro. You know, you changed up on us. You switched up on us. But guess what? I did it for a reason. I did it because I wanted to chase and pursue my dreams. And if your friends are not supporting your dreams, if they're not supporting what you want in your life, because everybody wants something different, they're not your friends, bro. And I just want to let you know that you have to remove those people from your life. You have to remove that toxic behavior from your life. Because if your friends are just toxic, they're always on you because they say that you changed. Because they say that you don't hang out with them anymore. Because they say that you drop them for new people, or you drop them because you want to chase your goals. Good, bro. You drop them for a reason. You drop them because they're not leveling up with you. They don't understand the things that you go through. They don't understand the things that it takes to get to the success that you want. And that's why you had to drop them. That's why you had to let them go, because they're not bringing any value to your life. So why do you have them there? All they're bringing is bad habits, bad morals, bad vices. So why even have them in your life? The best thing you can do for yourself is let go of the people that don't support what you got going on. Let go of the people that are only going to tempt you to go back to those bad habits, to go back to those bad vices, right? The only person that you need by your side, and I need you to understand this very clearly, is God. You don't need any friends. You don't need anybody to help you with anything, right? And if you're going to find someone to help you with something, it needs to be someone that you would trade places with, right? If you cannot trade places with your friends, if you cannot get motivated by your friends, if you cannot be consistent because of your friends, you need to get them out of your life. Because you should only surround yourself with individuals that are going to level you up and that are going to teach you what they've done to really achieve their success. And also, the most important thing, keep God number one. Number one, wisdom. Number one person that you need to keep in your life is God. Because He's going to make sure that you get through every single battle that you have going on. And He's going to show you the true signs and the true colors of the people that you have around you. Because, yeah, we all make mistakes. But God is the one that's going to show us what those mistakes are. He's going to allow us to learn from those mistakes. And what you need to learn right now is that the environment that you surround yourself with, your circle, the friends that you're around, they aren't the best fit for you. And you know damn well that if this message resonates with you, it's because you need to get rid of people in your life. Now, get it done. Keep on chasing your dreams. Keep on chasing the success. Mind you, never mind. Don't chase success. Don't chase your dreams. Keep on pursuing success. Keep on pursuing your dreams. Keep God number one and keep grinding hard. Forget about the people that don't resonate with what you got going on. Just keep grinding hard. And if you got to do it alone, remember that you're not alone. God is always with you. Goodbye.